Before you instantly dislike this video, please let me speak.
Let me talk! Let me talk!
After intensive research, I've came to 5 conclusions as to why you hate, in strong quotation marks, K-pop. Number 1, generalization. Number 2, hypocrisy. Number 3, envy. Number 4, underlying xenophobia. And number 5, the truth is you don't. You don't hate K-pop. You hate the K-pop community. Allow me to explain. You only hate K-pop because it makes you angry when you log on to twitter.com and see an artist's fan cam. What's crazy though is instead of ignoring a tweet, you decide to engage with the stan and give them the attention they want. This leads me to my first point, generalization. Let's assume you see one fan cam of an artist. The fan cam shows you their dance, choreography, and you hear a snippet of the song. You now put this image in your head to build your anti-K-pop agenda. You now associate this artist with bad, quotation marks, and you associate the background with bad, which over time builds this generalization that all K-pop is like that one fan cam you saw too many times for your own liking. So you hate K-pop because you connect all K-pop with one bad experience with a stan account which might not have even been a proper fan of an artist for you know. I mean, you could have just ignored them, but you decided to engage with them and give them more and more attention. My second point to why you actually hate K-pop is down to just plain hypocrisy and xenophobia, which I will come back to later. A common complaint of K-pop is that it's in Korean. Newsflash, English isn't the only language on this planet. And come on, surely you know this. I mean, the top song on YouTube in 2019 was titled Señorita, a Spanish word. It seems to me anyway that you're okay with listening to Latin American lyrics or Spanish vocals, but any Eastern language and you're instantly turned away. It's just plain hypocrisy in my eyes. This point will probably piss off the majority of you still watching, but I'm sorry, but it must be said. You only hate K-pop because you are envious of their success. You cannot stand seeing a Korean artist in the charts. It infuriates you that your favourite artist is not in that spot. What's even crazier is, the Korean artists have managed to top the Western charts ahead of your mainstream artists. You hate K-pop because they're doing what your artist cannot. And the best part? By doing it without media coverage, without promotion, without any of this from top radio stations. Now, this point is possibly a subjective one, but it has to be argued. A lot of hate towards K-pop stems around the Korean culture being different to your own. A lot of hate towards K-pop comes from the kings of oppressing other people. ... White men, no lies. Almost all the hate to K-pop comes from this set group on Twitter. And before you come at me for showing discrimination to white people, like that exists, you hate Korean culture because you have an underlying case of xenophobia, which is making you press because how dare someone be different to you? Seriously, just accept that other cultures have different opinions to you. Why should these culture groups conform to you? Wake up, it's the modern era. My final argument as to why you hate K-pop is that you're simply a bandwagon. You hate K-pop because everyone does on Twitter. You haven't given it a chance and you won't give it a chance, in case you realise your stupidity, and then you have to face the wrath of the anti-K-pop users on Twitter. I feel for the top 5, as I would call them on Twitter, the top 5 being the most hated K-pop groups, because they're big and popular. These being BTS, Luna for the fan cams, Twice, NCT and Blackpink. These 5 groups are outlawed on Twitter because they are the punchbags for K-pop. How many of you have actively given any of these groups' music a chance? I can guarantee not a lot of you have, but you'd soon find that the style of music is not the same. And if you ignore your ignorance, you might actually like it. But this video isn't intended to persuade you to listen to K-pop, because if you're so stuck up on hating K-pop for your weird reasons, which I probably came across in this video, please don't join us. We don't want you. I just thought I'd throw some much needed shade to the anti-K-pop brigade, because you're living a lie, and I hope you like the video, and maybe if it helped you realise hating K-pop because it's cool too is a pointless exercise, and you don't have any reason to hate it apart from being because that's what social media's edgelords want you to do. But if you enjoyed the video and want more insights into my thoughts, hit the subscribe button and share this video to your anti-K-pop brigade. I'd love to hear people's counter-arguments, because personally, it seems a bit stupid that this hate K-pop gets. And the crazy part is that K-pop is hated so much, but no one ever talks about the good things that K-pop stans have done. Like, you're looking at a minority of bad stans and making a generalisation that these stans are for the whole of K-pop, because K-pop stans are some of the nicest people I've ever spoken to, interacted with, and even seen on social media. If you look past the fan cams and the trolls that aren't actually K-pop stans. You'll find a community of people who are willing to actually be compassionate and have a fair and realistic argument with you. It doesn't have to be cancel culture or fan cams. You're just looking at the negatives and being blind to the positives. But that's pretty much it for this video. I just thought I'd throw some shade on you anti-K-pop brigade, because I don't know why you guys hate us so much. I mean, it's just music at the end of the day, but you be you, because we're definitely better off without you. So, peace.